next important skill in trig is to be able to find a reference angle. A reference angle will have the same absolute value as one of your regular angles. I'm talking about 30, 45, 60, 90, and like 0, right? And 180, of course. That'll be up there too. But you can solve basically any angle that can refer back to one of those main angles. Okay. And those main angles are really easy to find because you can just draw a triangle and figure it out, right? There's no guessing. You don't need a calculator, which is why there's a no calculator test this next Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Something like that. Yeah. All right. Associated with every non-quadrantal angle in standard position is a positive acute angle called its reference angle. So a reference angle, we've been using theta, yes, as a reference angle. As a regular angle, the reference angle will be theta prime. Repeat after me, theta prime.
Beta prime.
Not beta prime, theta prime, silly. Yeah. So that theta prime will represent a reference angle. Oh, goodness. Right? And again, we're looking for a positive acute angle, aka something between 0 and 90. So, in other words, today we're going to be looking for 30s, 45s, or 60s, because that's all we know right now. Okay. Made by the terminal angle, the terminal side of the angle, and the x-axis. Okay. So we refer to the x-axis for this. All right. Here's how we find it. If your angle ends in quadrant 1, right? If your angle terminates in quadrant 1, so this is where your angle is, right? Then the angle is the reference angle. So in quadrant 1, the angle is the same thing as the reference angle, because in quadrant 1, all angles are positive and acute. Remember, a reference angle is just a positive acute angle. In quadrant 1, all of them are positive and acute. They're so cute. Aww. All right. In quadrant 2, here's quadrant 2. Yay. If your angle terminates in quadrant 2, so if that's your angle, then your reference angle is that last little bit to get back to the x-axis. So this piece right here, my dears, right here, this is your reference angle. Okay, it's the last little piece, the closest side to the x-axis. Now, let's say this angle right here is 120. What does the reference angle have to be?
60.
It has to be 60. How did you do that? Exactly. Just take away the angle from 180. So in the second quadrant, to find the reference angle, just take 180 minus the original angle, and that's your reference angle. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, how about else? Here we go. In quadrant 3. Quadrant 3. Sorry. Okay. Quadrant 3, the angle goes all the way around to here. So that's your angle. It's an obtuse, very, very, actually it's past obtuse, it's oblique, right? It's an oblique angle. So the reference angle, again, is the little piece that is the closest to the x-axis. So would it be over here to the left, or to the right, or to the left of it? No, this is not closer. This is closer. It's the one on the left. It's the one on the left, right? So it's the closest to the x-axis right here. That's your reference angle. Okay, so it's the little piece that's closest to the reference angle. All right, let's say you're at 300 over here. How much, like if this is 300, how much is that little piece? What would you do? This is not 300. I'm sorry, not 300. Like 225. Let's say we're at 225. Yay? How'd you do that? No, I want 35. This is not 135 right here. It's how much?
45.
What did you do?
I subtracted from 270.
From 270. I like the 270, but let's go back to the 180. Let's go back to the 180. Which is bigger, 180 or this angle? The angle. So to find the missing piece, you need to big minus the small. The reference angle is the angle minus 180. So you just take it away from 180. Did you take 180 away from the angle if it's bigger than 180? Get it? Because whatever is bigger goes first. You can't take away from something smaller-ish because we're looking for positive acute angles. Okay? Okay. All right. Quadrants 1 and 2. Quadrants 1 and 2 have something to do with 180. Quadrant number 3, okay? In quadrant number 4, sorry, here we go. The angle is all the way over here, right? So the reference angle is closest to 360. It's closest to 0 or 360, so that's the reference angle right there. So if you knew all of this, how do you find that little piece? I said the magic number. 360. Take away the angle. So over here in quadrant 4, the reference angle is 360 minus the original angle. How am I going to remember this, Miss Fleck? Pictures help. Pictures help. If you remember what you're looking for, pictures will help. Do you trust the Fleck? Aw, darn. All right. Here we go. You win some, you lose some. Really quick note. Remember, for a positive angle, always go counterclockwise. All right. I think we can do this. Reference angles are easy. Easy. Question. What quadrant is 294 in? It's in the 4th quadrant, right? Because 270 is the cutoff between 3 and 4. It's just a little bit past it. True? So, again, pictures help. Pictures help, right? 294 would be like right here. That would be like 294 degrees, okay? If that was your angle, then your reference angle, go ahead, Maximilian. 360 minus 294, which is, it's 66. So my reference angle is 66 degrees. Why are we doing this, Ms. Fleck? Here's the thing. All students take calculus, right? The sine, cosine, and tangent of 66 degrees are the same sine, cosines, and tangents for 294, except some of them will be positive, some will be negative on this quadrant. Question, what's positive in the 4th quadrant? Calculus, cosine, and secant. So cosine and secant for 66 will be positive, but they'll be negative for 66 in that quadrant, and it's the same as the sine, cosine, and tangent for 294. We'll see. You don't believe me yet. Here we go. What do I do with 183? 883. Take away 360 till it's workable. All right, here we go. We'll take away 360 once, and you get 523. Take it again. 160 trig. Okay, we're at 163. Where is 163? Second quadrant. Yeah, so let's pretend this right here is 163. That's my theta. Okay? So the reference angle is the little piece closest to the x-axis. Yay? So in the second quadrant, to find the reference angle, yes, ma'am, 180 minus 163, which is 7 times, right? Which is a more manageable number. Yeah. I still don't find the purpose of this, Miss Fleck. Oh, you will. You will. All right. Here's how we bring it together from yesterday. Okay. 135. 135. This is one of my favorites. Find the sine, cosine, and tangent of 135 without a calculator. You can do it. You can do it. Here we go. 135 is in which quadrant? It's in the second quadrant. That's right. Here we go. This is ish. This is 135. Yay? Okay. There you go. For the reference angle, you do 180 minus 135, which is 45. So this little piece right here, the reference angle is 45 degrees. So when you do the sine, cosine, and tangent of 135, you're really doing the sine, cosine, and tangent of 45. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So again, all I'm doing is when you do sine, cosine, tangent of 135, right? All of that and secant is the same thing as the sine, cosine, tangent of 45 degrees, right? But because of all students take calculus, yeah, sine and cosecant will be positive. Sine and cosecant will be positive for 135, and they'll be negatives for cosine and tangent. All right, so it helps to draw a picture. Let's draw a picture. Ow, ow, my goodness. Here we go. 45, 45, 90. Where the numbers go? Hello? 1, 1, root 2. Very good. So based on that triangle, what is the sine of 45? Opposite of our hypotenuse. What's up? 1 over the square root of 2. Very good. 1 over root 2. And then sine, oh sorry, cosine. Nope. Okay, let me do this. Delete, delete. Okay, delete again. Delete, delete. Oh, one more. Okay, delete. Here we go. Sorry. So the cosine of 45 is equal to, same thing. Yeah, 1 over root 2. And then the tan of 45 is negative 1. Yeah, 1 over 1. So it's just, oh, sorry, you're saying negative? Yeah, it's 1 over 1, which is, it's going to be negative. It's going to be negative, I promise. All right. Then you would do the cosecant of 45, which is, yeah, root 2 over 1. We're just going to flip it. And then the secant of 45, root 2, again, over 1, and then the cotangent of 45 is again 1 over 1. Yay? Okay. Remember though that we're not looking for 45, we're looking for 135. So for 135, the sign in the second quadrant is positive, right? So this checks out. At 135 though, this would become negative. Yay? Tangent at 135 would become negative as well. Okay? Cosecant of 135 would be the same. This would become negative. This would become negative as well. Right? So you just take the 45s and you change the signs as needed. Do you want me to go and put the rationalized stuff, or you got that part? You got that part? Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. If you leave your answer like that, I don't care. But in the back of the book, when you're checking your answers, just know that that's what they did. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's what we did in a nutshell. 4 little steps. Okay. Oh, did I go too fast? Were there any questions before I go on to that one? Good. Okay. Helps to draw the triangle. Just fine. All right. So 4 simple steps. Let me get that out of the way. See it? If an angle is bigger than 360 or negative, find the coterminal angle by adding or subtracting 360. We did that with that last problem, right? Find the reference angle, find the trig values for the reference angle, and then determine the signs by all students take calculus. Yay? Yay. Okay, so here we go. Finding the exact value for these things. Oh! Negative 150 plus 360. Angelina, so smart. Plus 360. This is really the sign of 210. 210. Thank you, sir. All right, we're going to find the sign of 210. 210 is in which quadrant? Where is it? The third quadrant. Very good. 210 is in the third quadrant, so my reference angle is going to be 210 minus 180, which is 30. So really, what's the sine of 30? Well, again, draw the triangle. So we just need the 30, right? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So it's 1, 2, root 3. Opposite of hypotenuse is 1/2. So we know that sine of 30 is 1/2. But what is the sign at 210? Is it positive or negative in third quadrant? It is negative. So the answer is negative 210 for that. Right? Because you're in quadrant 3. So sine is negative in quadrant 3. There you go. Is that hard? Okay. All right. Cotangent of 7/8. What do we do? Take away. Yeah. Take away 360. That gives you 420. Take it away again. What is it? Oh, that's easy. Is it really 60? Oh my gosh. Oh, I can use that same triangle. Hey. 60 is in quadrant 1, so we don't have to worry about what the sign is. What's the cotangent at 60? Well, using this same picture, cotangent is what over what? Adjacent over opposite, so that's 1 over root 3, right? Okay? Which, if you rationalize it, is root 3 over trig. And they all lived happily ever after? Yeah? Okay? Practice this now, because if you wait till the weekend, it's going to get a little fuzzy. So, go ahead and try. Oh, actually. Do you want a prize? Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm going to hand you each a sheet of paper. If you can solve this question and give it to me by the end of the day today, I will give prizes to the correct answer. So, next to it, also write down what you would like me to get you if you're right. How's that? Sound good? Okay, let me get this one, actually. Sir, 3 means go. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good love. All right, you can do it. I believe in you. Yes, love. What's up? Today and old stuff. Well, actually, that's old stuff. That's 90, 270, and 360. Yeah, that's easy. That's not even a 30, 60, or 45. I believe in you. I believe in you. Okay. There you go. All right. You got 2 extra ones? Okay. Let me freeze this. Freeze. Where on Google did I get what?